Bang Bang Tournament.
Oke. Buset, 1040 dong, 1080 aja anjing.
Both their group matches are eliminated from the tournament. Good luck and have fun.
Oke, gua nggak tahu lagu mana yang bakal copyright.
You are going to be seeing 16 of your favorite international.
Aduh, ini kayaknya nggak boleh kali dua deh. Kali dua patah-patah banget anjing.
For $1 million cash prize, one of the biggest cash prizes we have ever had for Mobile Legends.
Okay.
That is just telling half the story is you're going to be seeing all the top teams.
Sudah dimulai ya guys ya.
Multiple familiar faces from M5.
Sebentar, ya kali gua live streaming pakai baju ini, cocok.
Oh, hello, and that's War Barbie, that's me.
Baju apa ini, astaga?
War Barbie in the building, and we're both looking at the virtual stadium as these teams are getting ready to fight it out, and couldn't be more proud to be able to represent our regions and cast these games. Now,
ini baru baju buat tonton energi ya guys ya.
So, we're going to be seeing only 3 teams kind of push out of here, and 1 team from our group get knocked out. We are streaming Group A. So definitely
gila,
make sure you
kece badai gua anjing.
Amazing virtual stadium.
Yeah, these are the winter games.
Let's go. Udah kece badai ini ya.
Games indeed.
Kece badai nih, udah pakai baju baru nih.
North America representing, for those who don't know, I'm an NAC.
Evos jam berapa main Ken? Udah
Get out of our region and represent us.
Ini gila gak kelar-kelar, cocok.
Such as M5 and the M6 this year.
No, Jason, bikin pakai jersey auto loss. Kagak ada auto loss. Tenang aja, anjing. Nih, copyright apa kagak ya, anjing?
Having a fun time.
Harusnya kagak sih. Harusnya ini nggak ada copyright kan sih.
Me and you were kind of talking. You got a lot of experience playing with some teams, and
masih ada capnya, iya, masih ada kartunya tuh, belum gua copot anjing. Udah lah, pakai dulu aja lah, copotnya urusan nanti ya guys ya.
Against Burmese goals, and that might be a revenge matchup because on M2 we were in the same group and kind of lost to the Burmese goals.
Stephen Babi ikut-ikutan tai.
So I guess that's okay. But yeah, now we might see the revenge.
Yeah, we are gonna definitely be looking forward to seeing.
By the way, Busway, gue udah lapar lagi sih ya. Beli apa ya? Kayaknya butuh ayam deh. Beli ayam aja lah. Beli ayam, makannya pakai nasi merah ya guys ya. Nah kalau ini bisa-bisa copyright nih, jangan kita nyalain dah guys. Kita jangan nyalain suara dulu lah ya, tau jak? Copyright cok. Epos di sini, epos di sana. Teriakkanlah dengan bangga. Duh, pengen ayam. Ayam apa ya? Ayam goreng 1 ekor. Masa gue makan 1 ekor anjing? 100.000 1 ekor, cok. Rasa cinta dulu. Bang, gabung sama R7. Aduh, gue solo aja lah guys. mana yang gue mau beli ayam doang? Oh ini ya. Ayam goreng. Ekstra sambal ukuran besar. Dada ya. Hah. Ayam goreng 100 apa 50.000 sama ongkirnya ngentot. Mager bener gue makan di GoFood nih, cok, mahal, tai. Oh, tadi tuh ekstra sambalnya yang bikin mahal, asuk. Kaget gue, satu ayam potong 50.000 anjing. Kan ada promonya ini harus. Promonya ini cuman bisa kalau pakai pay letter anjing. Gue belum bikin pay letter, guys. Kok setiap makanan ada promo pay letter ya? Gue harus bikin dong ini pay letter, cok. Apa beli 1 ekor aja ya? Gue berasa rugi nih anjing. Udah 1 ekor aja lah anjing. Lapar gue. Ayam goreng 1 ekor. Baru mantep nih. Mulai Ken, belum mulai. Nggak asik nih, nggak ada promo sekarang GoPay. Aneh, cuk. Nah, mendingan ini 134.000 sama ongkos kirim. Tapi 1 ekor. Gua berasa nggak terlalu rugi jadinya ya guys ya. Gas. Buat makan sampai ntar malam, cok. Iya, kayaknya gue harus download Shopee Food ya sekarang ya. Kayak katanya Shopee Food ini lebih murah sekarang. Dari mana, cok, Shopee Food? Iya ya. Apa pula? Di Shopee Food ada makanan diskon 100% anjing. Oh, sampai dengan 15.000. Anjing, murah ya. Banyak promonya Shopee Food. Mulai besok gue pakai Shopee Food lah. Draft. Kagak ada, belum mulai.
10.000 dari Gary, pesan ngokdu bang.
Epos di sini, epos di sana. Teriakanlah dengan bangga. Ipos.
Down by see you soon. But we also got to see them compete in the NPL Season 12 for Indonesia.
10.000 dari Viola, pesan sore kakek.
Halo Viola, apa kabar?
MLBB in general. This is actually, with this $1 million prize pool, this is bigger than M5. It was like 800,000, 900,000 cash prize overall for the prize pool, but this one is like $100,000 over that.
Yeah, that's finally.
Finally.
Nice. And RQ Hoshi on M1 was like second place. He was
lotonya bahasa Indo kayak Games of Future MLBBC.
Experienced team.
Emang ada?
I understand that a lot of players are kind of left the team and joined the team, and it's kind of a different team now, but the experience, I guess, is still there.
Yeah, definitely going to have to see which teams have the synergy, right? I mean, they have a best of 3, so there's definitely...
Kagak ada, tai. Kagak ada sisian anjing. mau gabung, gue mau solo aja. Gue ini cuma mau reaction ya guys ya. Mager ngobrol. Baju keramat, tenang aja ya guys ya. Kita akan menang. RRQ ini bakal menang. Apalagi ketika gue lagi pakai baju jersey ya guys ya. Di ngatur bocil gabung, iya kontol. Ayamku masih 30 menit. Ya penting jersey ya, jersey baru.
11.111 dari Lupits, pesan, Ken GW ultah gada yang ngucapin.
Mantap Lupi, tetap semangat walaupun lu ultah gak ada yang ngucapin ya. Tetaplah bersemangat dan berbahagia atas ulang tahun lu, karena ulang tahun lu ada pemberian Tuhan, oke? Tetaplah bersyukur. Berapa jadi harga ayamnya? 128.000 tapi 1 ekor guys. Lumayan lah. Ipos di sini. Ipos di sana. Teriakanlah dengan bangga. Ipos. Ayam kampung enak, iya enak. Ini kapan mulainya ya? Aduh, seperti biasa ya namanya turnamen nih. Pasti ada embel-embelnya dulu sebelum nge-start ya guys ya. Aturan tadi kayaknya gue bisa segame dulu anjing. Niat streaming gak sih? Dari tadi belum mulai kontol, bukan gua yang ngatur. Tim roster dari tim Lilgun. Lilgun di tim mana guys? Tim Rusia ya. Erdemeng mun cinsuk patpot baca kara kepat mukhara. Pagabandi des jagal. Amar marun mandak. Nama dari mana itu asu? Gua kagak ngerti guys. Nama dari mana sih guys? Negara mana cok ini Lilgun guys? Tim Lilgun. Berasal dari Mongolia. Oh Mongolia cok. Pantas namanya kayak bukan nama Asia, tapi mukanya kok kayak muka orang Asia ya guys ya. Yang sebelah kiri kayak Hansen Chaunima nih. Ya sebelah yang tengah dari kanan kayak Tao Mingse. Yang tengah kayak Tas. Gila. Aslinya dari Cikampek bang. Yang tengah AG. Iya juga, Cok. Iya tengah kayak Evos AG ya, guys ya. Oke, kita lihat ini dia. Roster RRQ akan bertanding pada hari ini. Ada Banana. Itu banana apa? Itu Jenai Isante. Nama dari apa anjing Jenai Sante, Cok? Ada Skylar, ada Okta yang akan menjadi mid laner, bukan Clay. Dan ada Irat dan juga Brusco. Apakah roster ini akan membawa hari yang cerah untuk hierarki ya guys ya? Jenai Sante saha, cocok Jenai Sante anjing. Ini apa guys, Jenai Sante guys? Irat main mid, kagak lah Irat jungler lah cok. Shevenko Tendean, Tan Andre Putra, Muhammad Maulana, John Abarquez. Asik, nama Irat keren juga anjing. Boris Paro.
10.000 dari Dimas Ganteng. Pesan buat beli kopi Ken.
Terima kasih Dimas Ganteng. Cewek baru banana orang Rusia. Emang iya anjing. Clay kenapa nggak main ya? Jangan-jangan dia ngedown ya guys ya, gara-gara jangan-jangan badan dia ngedrop kali gara-gara winter di Rusia guys. Orang udah terbiasa di Indonesia ya, tiba-tiba disuruh stay di Rusia tuh mau mati guys rasanya guys, karena pasti dingin banget cok.
Rp10.000 dari WOTSSS. Pesan, patahkan kutukan jersey keramat.
Aman, harusnya ya, gue yakin banget sih kalau lawan tim Mongol doang mah harusnya RRQ pasti menggila dan membantai sih ya guys ya. Ditambah lagi dengan adanya darah segar dari Iran dan juga Brusco akan menetralisir segalanya pastinya ya guys ya. Biji apa tuh Ken? Iran itu adalah biji berurat ya guys ya. Kalau Brusco sih, jujur gue belum ada nama sih ya. Boris Paro. Apa cok biji separo anjing? Lucu juga sih nama dia biji separo ya guys ya.
10.000 dari Samuan. Pesan, nama John Abarquez diubah jadi biji berurat Ken.
Oke.
10.000 dari Cumix. Pesan, RRQ menang Kito makan pempek Yako di Dempo dalam.
Aman. Mana outline-nya babi lah.
Rp10.000 dari Kim Teng. Pesan, Ken kok luponian terus ganti style rambut lah.
Udah hilang bangke. Gak bisa brother, gue tuh pengen juga ganti style rambut. Cuma rambut gue tuh memang terlalu tipis dan lemes cowok. Jadi gue udah mager sih.
20.000 dari Christmas. Pesan, cipok dulu Ken untuk viewers tercinta.
Wah anjing. Ini jam berapa ya mulainya ya? Udah 18.15 nih guys. Masih belum mulai juga kampret.
Rp10.000 dari Denny Wijaya. Pesan, lu fans karbitan bukan Ken.
Yoi, karbitan dong.
Rp10.000 dari Solata. Pesan, RRQ menang Bang Bacon selebrasi buka baju.
Oke. By the way, jangan lupa buat kalian semua yang mau sholat, silakan sholat dulu ya guys ya. Utamakanlah ibadah terlebih dahulu, oke?
10.000 dari Coach Yep. Pesan, BRUSKOBRAA dimasukin KTOL.
Oke, di mana channel YouTube turnamen ini? Games of Future, guys. Game of Future.
Rp10.000 dari aku di sini. Pesan, Bang nonton di mana?
Di YouTube-nya Games of Future ya, guys ya.
10.000 dari ABCDEFYY. Pesan, let's go duo biji import.
Let's go, let's go. Tapi gue yakin sih biji berurat ini pasti udah panas banget dia, guys ya. Ini RRQ gue yakin dia bakal bersemangat banget karena ini memperebutkan hadiah yang bertotal miliaran ya, guys ya. Gue yakin banget dengan hadiah sebanyak ini mereka gak akan menyanyiakan kesempatan ini sih, guys.
10.000 dari Eyang. Pesan, Brusko biji disco.
Biji disco kurang bagus. Ini ada yang bagus sekali namanya nih. Brusko biji beresiko. Anjing, Brusko biji beresiko dong.
10.000 dari Evosfam. Pesan, pakai baju RR yang putih Ken.
Gak ada. Adanya baju RRQ-nya yang lama. Gue lebih pengen pakai yang ini karena ini baru ya, guys ya.
10.000 dari Gary. Pesan, salam dari Sulawesi Utara Bang Ken.
Halo Sulawesi Utara. Gue mau ke Banggai Island itu di Sulawesi Utara bukan sih? Gue lupa.
10.000 dari Z. Pesan, tetap ilmu teken meski serik di bawah tapi orang G ada yang berani injek-injek.
Betul. Tetaplah menjadi ilmu tai ya, guys ya. Walaupun kita di bawah gak ada orang yang berani menginjak dan menyentuh kita. Betul. Ilmu tai sih lebih efektif sih. Ini dari tadi dikasih lihat bagan terus anjing gak mulai-mulai. Pepe.
10.000 dari Ardi. Pesan, GWG yakin RR bisa menang Ken.
Kenapa gak yakin goblok? Masa lu lawan tim Mongol aja? Ini ngedown. RRQ ini kalau menang ya mereka akan bertemu dengan siapa, guys? Kalau misal mereka menang, guys. Berarti hari ini RRQ tanding 2 kali, guys. Ada round 1 sama round 2 ya. Iya guys sih, ada 2 match gak sih? Coba gue cek jadwal dulu ya, guys ya.
$10.000 dari Pascol fans beken. Pesan, nonton di mana Bang RR juara beken botak guys.
Kagak ada bangsat. Full tuan rumah. Oh iya, tim Rusia ya. Ya sempat bacot-bacotan sama Nael itu kan ya.
10.000 dari Jagra. Pesan, halo Bang.
Halo Jagra. RRQ versus tim Lilgun. Oh enggak. Hari ini RRQ gak ada tanding 2 kali, guys. Gak ada tanding 2 kali, cuman 1 kali doang ya, guys ya. Habis itu akan dilanjutkan oleh tim-tim yang gua gak tahu tim siapa, kayak S2, G Esport. Terus ada Burmes Gol melawan Deus Volt.
10.000 dari Christmas. Pesan, Ken Horas.
Oh, orang Batak tuh si Christmas. Horas! Christmas, mantap kali. Salam babi darah ya. Lama woi bikin, bukan gue punya acara goblok.
10.000 dari Zin. Pesan, Bang gua abis putus.
Gua gak peduli anjing. Kalau kau masih saya, kau kejar lagi, bodoh. Malah galau. Apa lu happy sebenarnya?
10.000 dari Samuan. Pesan, Udil baru main langsung lawan Upbrand.
Oh iya ya, baru sadar gue, Cok. Udil langsung ketemu Brand ya. Kasian juga anjing. Ta 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 Guys, ini belum mulai-mulai guys, anjing. Masih lagu-lagu doang, udah kayak di kafe. Ini mah kayaknya sampai ayam gua datang juga belum mulai asu.
15.000 dari Bimo. Pesan, kasih salam buat Madura Ken.
Halo buat semuanya, para orang Madura. Sate Madura mantap kali ya bro ya. Media share dulu Ken. Gak berani anjing ke media share dulu cok.
Rp10.000 dari Papah Munton KW99. Pesan, RRQ udah disetting win semua aman Bang Ken.
Berarti kalau bagannya kayak begini ya RRQ bakal cepet untuk ketemu apa brand ini ya.
10.000 dari Samwan. Pesan, Hai Ken harapan bangsa yang paling agung Parahmen.
Parah men. Guys, by the way katanya kalau kalian yang sering gak dapet notif gua, kalian bisa matiin lonceng dulu terus hidupin lagi. Gua nggak tahu juga itu ngefek apa enggak, tapi boleh kalian lakuin sih ya guys ya. Siapa tahu ngefek jadinya ada notification setiap kali gua nge-live. Karena kita di live setiap malam ya guys ya.
10.000 dari Samwan. Pesan, Mampua.
Mampua
10.000 dari Samwan. Pesan, The Next CEO. 11.111 dari Samwan. Pesan, Kigen Jepri nonton B0K3P Bang.
Apa itu cok? Bokep. Gak mulai-mulai ya cok.
Rp10.000 dari fans Evos. Pesan, Evos main jam berapa Bang?
Evos pertandingannya udah selesai sih. Kemarin Evos kebetulan bermain hari Sabtu ya pas MCL.
10.000 dari Sikon. Pesan, kira-kira Iret bakal pakai hero apa Ken?
Lancelot kali ya. Tapi gak tahu juga sih. Tapi Iret itu kayaknya menurut gua ya, yang gua lihat sih dia sangat-sangat pede dalam bermain Lancelot sih guys. Jadi kemungkinan besar Lancelotnya bakal digunain sih. Harusnya ya.
Rp10.000 dari Pante. Pesan, sumpah Ken Otong nyanyi Anji suara lu kayak bass rusak.
Kapan mulainya bangsa sampai ngantuk gue guys anjing. Ini sih ayam gue keburu dateng cok.
10.000 dari Noboti. Pesan, Ken coba bilang baling-baling bambu.
Iya lu pointin suara gue kayak Doraemon kan. Baling-baling bambu. Bisa gue anjing. Kenapa tidak mulai-mulai? Oh, kalau di grup B udah mulai draft pick, guys. Grup B itu udah mulai draft pick ya, guys ya. Aneh banget, ini RRQ di stream A belum mulai-mulai, anjing. Belum mulai-mulai, cok. Harusnya stream A dulu yang start. Ini malah stream B dulu yang mulai. Nonton grup B dulu aja, Bang. Janganlah, nanti malah ketinggalan. Gua mager juga kalau nonton tim yang lain, cok.
10.000 dari Pak Ap, pesan, Ken join sama
Pak Ap.
Sim DKK.
Enggak, gue solo ya. Lagi pada sholat Jumat Ken, makanya molor. Wih, mantap kali lah. Still not real sure what I'm going to say. So bear with me please if I take up too much of your time.
10.000 dari gue janji bakal bantai semua. Pesan, RRQ satu grup dengan timnya Delar Ken seru nih, apalagi Delar sempat ada isu dengan Indokan, haha.
Kayaknya diralat deh kata-kata lu, brother. Delar itu bukannya ada isu dengan tim Indo ya, tapi Delar ada isu dengan Evos yo.
10.000 dari Samuan, pesan, casternya yang kiri ada Brody Ken.
Iya ya. Ada Jos. Kayak ntar malam live lagi gak? Harusnya live lagi sih. Ini pokoknya nanti habis RRQ kelar tanding kita off dulu ya buat
10.000
streamingnya ya.
dari Ganjar, pesan, Onik main lu stream juga Ken.
Gak tahu nih ya, live stream gak ya? Onik masalahnya malam banget guys, jam setengah 12 anjing. Live stream kali ya, Onik juga ya. Tadi gua tes pakai kali 2 guys, cuman kayak patah-patah gitu, cok, nggak enak. Oh terima kasih.
10.000 dari Vier, pesan, kapan mulainya nih ko suruh cepat dulu lah ko udah gak sabar lihat RR bantai-bantai.
Gua
ko.
juga kagak tahu ini kapan mulainya, ini emang nggak jelas ini, cok. Apa coba nggak mulai-mulai biji. Kayak bener-bener gak jelas gitu loh guys, gimana jadwalnya anjing. For the time that you're in my parade, the only problem was with you and Madam. Ayam gue udah sampai keburu datang guys. Gue ambil ayam gue dulu deh, bentar ya.
Rp10.000 dari Puan, pesan, nunggu fans rek pada sholat dubang biar rame yang nontonnya. $3,50 dari S5 Tank, pesan, Delar first game aja udah jumpa tuan rumah semoga RRLS. $10.000 dari fans Evos, pesan lanjut live stream Bang pertandingan Onyx semangat buah. Rp10.000 dari Denis Setiaji, pesan hari ini gua ulang tahun Ken ucapin sesuatu kek.
Nah, udah mulai nih.
10.000 dari Mikmo, pesan Ken siapin genset Ken buat nonton RR biar mati lampu gak panik walk.
Oke, ada udah beli.
Yeah, just like you said, I noticed that Vixana and kind of Whale have this similar stuff when assassins going in or like maybe fighters going in, they gonna be catched with the CC and might be burst down because a lot of damage here.
Oke, guys, sambil makan dulu ya guys ya.
10.000 dari Days, pesan prediksi skor Ken RR vs Lilgun.
Pretty standard I would say for the X-Plane, insanely strong. And Nobar
Harusnya 2-0 sini BO3 kan ya.
Kinda early damage is lacking, but Vixana as well, so they kinda matched on the mid lane now.
Yeah, and looking at a lot of mobility, I would say, though, from RQ Hoshi, just due to having that Benedetta, who did get picked
Gila,
up.
Benedetta first pick
This is
RQ.
not too standard from what I've been familiar with, at least on the NACT and the North American side of things when it comes to drafting. This is going to be the first Benedetta game I think I've actually seen. We haven't had a single one in our competitive scene yet. The Cho, I would say it comes a little here and there. I mean, it is single target CC, has great mobility. They have a little bit of crowd control, though. I mean, I guess the Navarro can make up for it for the slow, but I feel like they need some more group set potential as they jump
Belum
into
tanding di
this.
stage ya ini ya.
Hoshi. I mean, you did mention the CC. I think that's a great option. Definitely one of the stronger heroes in the XP lane. And the Vexana definitely can provide that Eternal Guardian for some good frontline presence and some also quick burst damage. Now, marksmans are still available. Who do you think we're going to get for both sides?
Oh, Claude and Carry, probably. It's like, I don't know. But I would love to see some, like, Nathan or Leslie being picked.
20.000 dari Naldi, pesan, halo Bang Ken salam dari Sulawesi Tengah.
Halo Naldi. Terima kasih Sulawesi Tengah.
I concluded that you can pick Chu in only one case, is when the player is like top notch with the Chu, because it's like so heavily skill dependent
10.000 dari Gunstor, pesan, joki melep dan top up all-game di Gunstore, proses cepat gak pakai lama.
Speaking of playing good, there goes that Barat we were talking about a little bit earlier, starting to sneak into the scene again. That strong frontline presence, definitely running it in the jungle. Normally we see it stacked up with the support. We did see the Mathilda banned out though. It could
Wah gila nih, pasti irat nih ya pakai Benedetta ya.
And these are still all options available on the table as we're now jumping into the second phase of bans. Looks like the Minotaur was banned out. Now, there is no Diggy ban. At least in North America, we have been seeing a rise of the Tigreal sneaking up into the scene again and making a huge statement. And without the Diggy being banned out, they may be able to slot in. I mean, it would have to be last pick.
Minotaur ban.
Because that Diggy is still on the table, unless we see one of the sides ban the Diggy.
And honorable mention is Estes, I guess, with the Barats is like, let's say, classic combo. We might see it here as well. Darius being banned and the Minotaur from the other side. Minotaur is pretty reasonable ban here because it's fits really good and the front lane, but it's lacking mobility though. If they
30.000 dari Ahmad. Pesan, Ken lagi ngapain?
I don't know. Last time actually, it kind of fits that kind of meta I spoke
Lagi
earlier,
makan.
like fat heroes meta, let's say. And if they pick Minotaur here, it would be that kind of pick.
Yeah, especially because they're probably thinking RQ Hoshi's expecting that support to come out, and they think it's going to be like you said. It could be the Estes, it could be the Rafaela, it could definitely be the Angela, and that would open up the opportunity for them to grab a Group CC roamer. I mean, they did ban out the Minotaur though. They, like I said, they could take a TIG, they could take really anything. They could also take away a support, but this may be a show actually in the roam position, so it looks like they're not going to go in for
Gila ya.
probably that TIG. As we are looking though,
Tapi
the
sebenarnya
are still on the table. Looks like they're going to ban the Kaja. A little bit of
game
that
of
suppression
future
has
ini
been
kurang
taken away.
profesional
And
juga
the
ya.
artist, which has been a really good hero, especially in the early game in the jungle. Able to use that decimation, take those neutral objectives, and kind of hunt down
Casternya
those
sama
enemies with low
analisisnya
HP.
semuanya dari
Now,
rumah,
marksmen
Jo.
still are
10.000
available. Every single
dari
marksman. Matter
Seipin
of fact, not a single
707.
marksman has
Pesan,
been banned
duduk tunggu match
at all
gas
in the first
PPPI
game
in
today
PPPI
between
in
RQ
mana
Hoshi and
patens
Team
PPPI
Lilgun.
in lah di Seipin
Definitely burst
707.
down that Barats is a heavy hitter. They could provide some late game damage, but I still think RQ Hoshi needs something on their roster for the early phase.
Yeah, early phase is definitely lacking here because Novaria and Vixana are not that kind of early gamers. Yeah, and the carry from Lilgun kind of to be expected. And
Yeah, and
I don't know,
there it
but
goes.
you know, like both teams are not that early game oriented. Okay, Benedetta can be early game, pressure, and the Cho as well, but other ones, I don't know, kind of supporting this kind of behavior if we're gonna see one. And the Claude, like, expected.
It is expected. I asked you the question, which ones we were going to see, and you said Carry and Claude. No doubt about it. There it is. The proof is in the pudding. Looks like the meta is blending well across all levels of the MLBB scene between all these different competitors. Now, that is a finalized roster. They are going to go in for that Fredrin. This most likely will be the Fredrin in the jungle and Benedetta in the XP lane.
Tapi ingat
that's what I'm
guys,
expecting, but hey, you
jangan
never know
bilang
when it comes to
turnamennya jelek ya
international
guys
scenes.
ya.
They can definitely switch it up and keep you on your toes. We're still waiting for the final pick from Team Lilgun.
Turnamen ini tuh disponsori oleh Tuan
I just picked that.
support.
Bapak
I was just thinking
Presiden Vladimir Putin ya guys ya.
And it's yeah, nice. A pretty interesting
Macam-macam
matchup
di nuklir
is
gitu,
going
Cok.
on. Like Estes and Barats is like level 4 is unbeatable. But I don't know about Vixana. It's,
10.000
from my
dari
perspective, it's kinda
Rivaldi.
not,
Pesan,
that
kata
good in
Vidi
this
Wijat
kind of
Miko,
draft,
jangan
but
makan
we'll
Doraemon
see.
bangken.
Maybe the personal skills are that
Banyak,
high
Cok.
that we're picking Vixana like first 2 picks.
Yeah, and you know, honestly, seeing the way this is gonna go, I mean, the Bratz is a bully when it comes to these neutral objectives. He's not the easiest hero to kind of invade on, especially early for the orange and purple buff. Like you said, stacked up with the Estes is gonna make him even stronger in terms of the heals. And the later this goes, if Estes doesn't fall, he'll be able to get those heals even better as we get to that mid to late game and pretty much make Barats unkillable. Now, we didn't see a lot of early game damage though from the side of RQ Hoshi, and that's the only thing that I'm kind of concerned about as this is going to go on. Yes, they do have the Claude. I mean, the later this goes, you can pick up something like that Demon Hunter Sword, maybe a Golden Staff, and be able to rush in and deal the damage necessary to take down the Barats. But maybe that's the game plan with them. Maybe
Kayaknya
it's
nggak ada
better
caster
to
Indo deh,
definitely
guys.
rush in with the Electo Final Blow.
Nggak ada kayaknya.
Whereas Barats is not the most mobile hero. But it's definitely going to be a challenge to see which way this kind of plays out. There are 2 bullies in the jungle, though. We're looking at a Fredrin going up against a Barats.
Weh mana anjing matchnya
Yeah, I
guys.
think the Brat's going to have an upper hand in this matchup because like Fredrin kind of nerfed a little bit. His ultimate is not doing that a lot of burst damage, and Estes can easily heal up everything he's gonna get. So it's gonna get tough for RQ for like 6-7 minutes, I would say, and then if
10.000 dari Seipitin 707. Pesan, duduk tunggu match gas PPPI in PPPI in mana patens PPPI in lah di Seipitin 707.
RQ is kind of comebacking, so that's my guess.
And speaking of guesses, as we are looking at the virtual stadium, winding up, jumping into our first series of the day, Group Stage A, RRQ Hoshi, all the way out from Indonesia, going up against Team Lilgun from Mongolia.
Alright
Into the
guys,
line we go.
welcome back
Best
with
of
me Brandon.
Who will be able to make
Sekarang
that
kita akan
Group
masuk ke dalam
Stage
match
A?
pertama. Anarki melawan Lilgun ya guys ya.
Level 4 is being farmed, almost being farmed. We're gonna see first engage in the turtle, I guess, in like 20 seconds.
Yeah, gonna be looking out for that engagement. On the top side, though, we are looking at a little bit of some late game marksmen, but look at about River
ya
already.
ampun.
First blood, Zara able to pick it up.
Kok bisa-bisanya Irak belum apa-apa udah kepas buat gimana di biji berurat gua nih tai.
Yeah, he kind of like went one versus three.
Udah dah, gua udah record ya guys ya, udah aman guys. Anjing ini belum tanding di stage tai Jo. Oke, nice banget dari Banana ya guys ya. Wah anjing ini ngelepas Cici sama Pek sana sih PR juga loh guys. Ini tim RRQ buat majuin musuhnya pasti bakal agak sedikit susah ya guys ya.
Objective is going to put him slightly behind 500 gold. You're going to have to see how that kind of plays out with that turtle.
10.000 dari spin 707. Pesan spin 707 sket Pelangi Mahjong pastinya.
Yeah, that's what she should do. She should skip like the wave and pressure the mid lane or the jungle. If it's not happening, RQ Hoshi is going to have a problem because, as you said, it's mobility hero should take advantage on the rotation.
Guys, ini bahkan ya suara war dari hero-nya aja gak muncul anjing. Udah record guys, aman guys.
Who's going to be the one to kind of deal the damage to the brats, especially in the early phase? We feel like that's kind of lacking for the side of RQ Hoshi right now.
Udah selesai nih gua.
Kind of painting the story how they're not able to take that first neutral objective. If they don't find a way to take down the Barats and the Estes, this is going to be dangerous because they're only going to get beefier. Those heals are only going to get stronger. And pretty much going to be unkillable until they can get Skylar on point to be able to burst him down.
Absolutely agree, and it's like going just like I think it would go. RQ Hoshi need to stop this snowball because it's going to continue when.
By the way, Skylar udah mendapatkan Cloud-nya sih ya.
Now I guess Team Lilgun.
Tapi ini gimana lawan tim Lilgun aja early bisa kalah tai.
Fights now, and the fights is heavily in favor of Team Lilgun because RQ.
Ada gak jelas juga nih RRQ di game pertama, Cok.
Yeah, they weren't able to take the first neutral objective, but the second one 4 seconds away from spawning in. Can RQ Hoshi even out the odds? Are we going to start seeing Team Lilgun form up this snowball that War Barbie was talking about? Brat's able to get a kill and also able to get that first turtle, pulling the objective and aggro from the turtle, getting ready for this engagement. As you are going to see a big knock up the G.
Aduh, kemakan lagi ya. Oke, kita lihat Pek sana masih tebangin Skylar. Maju ke arah Ethan. Tai! Malah badannya mati, Skylar masih mengejar terus ya guys ya. Mati Skylar anjing, ya mati-mati. Skylar menebus sampai ke dalam turret ya guys ya. Nice banget. Guys, turtle-nya aduh, Irat. Lu ini ya biji berurat-uratnya sampai ke dalam otak anjing. Gimana turtle-nya malah dilepas gitu, tai.
My bad, War Barbie, but as we are jumping into this 4-3, that looks like RQ
Udah
Hoshi is able to take that
standby,
turtle. So now, oh no, did they take the turtle or did they lose it?
Yeah, the super good initiation with the show with the flicker on the Estes and the follow.
Oke, kita lihat sini Brusco. Aduh, Purify lagi karinya anjing. Aduh, ketarik kemakan anjing, mati dong. Wah, gila ini kenapa berantakan banget ya?
He get wrecked because of it now, I guess.
Sumpah ini berantakan banget anjing. Berantakan banget, Cot. Dan ini bisa dibilang kayak si tim Lilgun ini menggunakan meta kayak meta Blacklist ya guys ya. Barat Estes guys. Udah Barat Estes lawan ditambah lagi dengan Kari Tank dan ditambah Vexana ya guys ya. Bagaimana cara seorang RRQ ini bisa nembus pertahanan mereka ngentot? Kari solo aja itu tuh susah dibunuh apalagi ditambah dengan Estes ya guys ya.
2,000 gold lead for Team Lilgun right now. I mean, they're having a pretty good game.
Wah, gue pikir bakal menjadi game yang gampang, ternyata cukup struggle early gamenya ya guys ya. Bisa gak ya RRQ ngebalikin di mid gamenya ini ya? Soalnya kalau dari segi hero ya, hero setup RRQ ini kayak kurang bagus sih guys menurut gue ya guys ya. Apa ini cok? Kayak draft pick ranked anjing.
Purify probably on the S-test, and this flicker might be a problem later in the game because
Tim Lilgun jago juga bang, iya anjing. Gua pikir cupu, ternyata Leuga.
That Purify is going to be easily grouped up with
Lihat tuh, Brusco juga pasti kesusahan nih, Cok, buat dapetin kick satu orang guys.
Both sides able to claim one, but who will be able to take this next objective? You're already seeing Team Lilgun in position.
Dapetin, dia mau dapetin ke arah Kari susah ya guys. Kari Purify. Astaga, bahkan banana aja kemakan, Cok. Waduh, hilang, Cok. Anjing ya, bener-bener ya. Kalau kita ngomongin turnamen internasional zaman sekarang ya, udah gak ada tim yang lemah lagi, Taico. Semuanya udah jadi kuat, anjing. Kita lihat di sini Irat juga, kita lihat skill mendapatkan skill 2, skill 1, tapi nggak bisa melakukan lebih banyak lagi. Di heal sama ST langsung penuh, gimana lah. Wah anjing, ini sumpah Cok, suara in game-nya boleh kali dinyalain, gak enak banget Cok.
All of the
turnamen MLBB kayak apa ini, suara in game-nya gak ada Cok. Kayak hening banget anjing.
You kind of don't want to go to the super late game here
10.000 dari sespin 700
and the electro final blow, and I mean RQ Hoshi in the late games seems super strong. The attempt of the taking on a blue buff here from Fredrin.
Yeah, we are going to see a turret fall for both sides, both tier 1s on opposite lanes, which means these teams are still pretty even, honestly.
Gimana nih guys, menurut kalian bisa comeback apa enggak nih guys?
Damage to be able to burst down the Barats. RQ Hoshi still doing pretty decent on making this an even match, and if they can hold off long enough, like you mentioned, the late game is going to be a problem. They'll be able to kind of take down Zara and Ethan, especially with Ethan not having a Purify. We'll be able to kind of be hit with the way the Dragon from Bruce, who's been rotating around really well.
By the way, ini match RRQ lawan Lilgun ini adalah bukti nyata bahwa
4 dari Ultraman turun.
Vexana itu sangat mengganggu bahkan di dalam turnamen besar ya guys ya.
I mean, sometimes Benedetta can initiate.
Bukan cuma di rank doang anjing.
They're trying to initiate and make a kill, and it will eventually work. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and you've seen the Electrofauna blow, possible seats for tier 1. Skylar will find one off screen though.
Aduh, banana nge-defend juga nggak bisa, Cok. Kalian lihat guys, ini Lilgun guys. Bener-bener jalannya sendiri terus berempat terus anjing.
Pesan, ketika lu pikir hidup lu gak guna tapi ngeliat Novaria lawan draft begini bilike.
I guess all turrets gonna fall if the Lord is taken here. I mean, at least 3 of them, my guess.
Yeah, both teams getting ready to fight it out. Lord at about 25% HP. Look at Cho with the concealed play. Flicker in, not able to get the knock.
Aduh, hilang lagi dong Brusco ya. Aduh, ya ampun, kacau banget anjing.
Takes down Bruce skirt down.
Wah gila, kalian lihat guys, ini 4 orang RRQ gak bisa ngapa-ngapain Cok sama 4 orang ini anjing. Irat pun hilang. Wah, suram yentot. Skylar. Aduh, Claude lawan Skari juga susah. Tai kalau gak ada backup anjing. Oke, tapi Banana masih dengan bermain dengan sangat pintar, menghancurkan dan nge-split ke arah turret ya guys ya.
Missed the smite though, and Chu kinda interrupted him, so that's kinda cool. I guess he's was trying to use
gua sedih tai. Gua tuh, aduh gua berexpect lebih dari ini anjing. Untuk game pertama ya guys, gua berharap tuh langsung kebantai-bantai Cok, anjing. Kayak hard game lagi, memek.
Was able to clear that tier 1 turret in the mid lane, which is I would say a fair enough trade as long as they can.
Ayo dong, semangat dong. Bisa ya, comeback ya.
Open up the opportunity to invade, but speaking of invasion, a little bit too
mati ya Brusco ya.
And Bruce getting caught in a lot of CC, may not be able to get out of there as Ain's on the chase. Able to shut him down with the power of CC from the
Tapi ya guys ya, dari segi gold RRQ unggul sih guys. Dari segi gold dan dari segi objektifnya RRQ unggul ya guys ya. Walaupun kalah dari segi war, tapi dari segi objektif dan gold RRQ unggul guys. Good thing sih ini.
wanna be, because they have this Novaria, Benedetta,
Tim
and
Lilgun ini
Claude, which is
kuat,
like
tapi dia kuatnya tuh harus
super high
nempel
mobility
berempat
heroes
terus
who
guys.
can clear the
Ketika mereka
lane,
berpisah, mereka jadi diacak-acak dari segi turretnya ya guys ya.
The position are like they want to be 5 people stacked up, one on top of another, and RQ Hoshi are going to split push
Iya
them,
sih,
in my
emang kalau
opinion,
misalnya
because of the
tipikal
mobility heroes,
musuhnya
and
kayak
now is the
Estes
stage
Barat
when
kayak begini sih,
they're gonna shine.
RRQ main split push sih lumayan efektif
and
sih ya
you
guys
already
ya.
see
Harusnya ya
a
Banana nih
Lilgun
ngepick
down by
Fanny split push
1,000
anjing.
gold.
Kalah
Right
mereka
now,
pasti guys.
Arkihoshi leading by 1/3 as well, but still overall a pretty close game. Now at that 12-minute mark, you are seeing some of the items being populated on the screen so far. Corrosion Scythe from the Claude alongside the Demon Hunter Sword and the Golden Staff just picked up the Windtalker. Definitely
Kalian nih
into,
ngeliat
that
Nova
late
sekarang kayak
game
gak ada
build
guna guys. Cuman
needed
kalau menurut gua
to kinda
nanti
burst
Nova
down
kalau
those
udah late
barracks.
game ya guys ya, dia bisa nge-poking terus sih guys ke arah
Surely they
kumpulan
gonna
4
try to
orang
burst
itu guys.
barracks, but I think this start of the fight when Chu just ulting the Estes or the Vixana
50k
probably is
cipok,
going
masa
to
sih 50k? Ini gua cipok lah.
Hoshi going to try to start this way fight. To burst
Cipok
one
kan
target
kasih
and then
sayang
kind
untuk
of
kalian
fight versus
semua ya
four,
guys
still
ya.
grinding another.
And you see both teams get ready. Lord is going to spawn
Oke,
in.
ini
Last
dia
time, Arkihoshi
pertarungan
can
untuk
Team
mendapatkan
Lilgun
Lord
defend
kembali
this
ya guys
and take
ya.
this objective. If not, Arkihoshi may be able to start working on opening up their base and taking some of the inhibitors. As you are seeing both teams trying to pull the aggro. Big knockup. Denton is welcome. Connected. Zara.
Wait, cover cok, ajak keluar terus cok.
Rushing in.
Wah gila, Irat GG buat retry-nya babi. Nice, balikin! Nice!
You're gonna find another member falling as Octa.
Wah gila cok, jungler RRQ, gak Indomaret anjing.
Trying to close this out. They did take out that Lord. May be able to do it.
Wah menang cok. Menang cok.
Chu again used flicker and the ultimate.
Wah,
but this
menang, Cok,
time
menang,
on the
Cok.
carry and the pure
GG,
was
Irat,
super
anjing.
good for carry, but it
10.000
wasn't still,
dari
like,
Samuan.
not
Pesan
there. I guess
mereka
Carry
ngikut
is
Lukan
building,
tadi
like,
Lu
tanking
Silong split
items
push sekarang
right now,
mereka
and,
juga gini waka-waka.
Tapi GG cok.
damage here
RRQ dari
because,
posisi
like, it's
ketekan
not
tapi
enough.
mereka
She should,
ngebalikin
like,
dengan
one-shot
nge-split
people, but
push. Dapatin objektif dan akhirnya bisa menang ini kayaknya ya guys ya. Lilgun ini cuma kuat kalau lagi kumpul kebo guys. Kalau mereka kepisah itu dinosaurus jadi gak guna tai.
Arkihoshi be able to take this one. Team Lilgun trying to hold him off, trying to stop this Lord from making his way into the base. This is luminous though. Scarlard able to take the inhibitor.
Gila emang biji berurat ini luar biasa ya guys ya. GG anjing. Tapi emang gitu ya mental mental para jungler PH itu guys. Walaupun dalam posisi ketekan pun mereka tetap berusaha keras buat dapetin retry ya anjing. Kayak Kairi juga gitu ya guys ya. Ini sih RRQ tinggal dapetin Lord lagi nih. Udah mulai ngebalik ini guys keadaannya ya guys ya. Duit dari Skylar duitnya 12.000 anjing. Skylar duit 12.000, karinya 9.600 anjing. Gila cocok.
You are looking at Cho picking up the dominance ice. Everybody having some anti-heal for the most part.
Anjing itu
And,
Skylar
doing a really good
ngerampok
job on their
bang, Tai, Cok.
itemization. Team Lilgun.
Patah-patahnya dari sononya ya guys ya. Bukan gara-gara internet gue itu dari sononya itu.
10.000 dari Samuan. Pesan, tipikal coach PH kayaknya can fokus objektif sama makronya kuat.
Sumpah berarti nonton zaman sekarang ya. Kita nggak boleh ngelihat kayak cuman RRQ kalah di war. Kita harus ngelihat secara garis besarnya ya guys ya. Kalau objektifnya menang berarti strategi RRQ itu cukup berjalan cok. Gila anjing. Dibalikin cok keadaannya ini guys. Apakah dia benar-benar otak dari coach friend ya?
Every single time because like Benedetta starts damaging people, Novaria damaging people, and only then Cloud is jumping in to like kind of finish all of them off. You don't wanna see this because it's pretty hard to defend.
Yeah, you are going to go ahead and see both teams getting ready for this next neutral objective. Luminous Lord will spawn in the next 4 seconds. And we were able to see Arkihoshi for the most part.
Oke, kita lihat Lord sudah mulai ditarik-tarik lagi.
Looks like Team Lilgun is going to try and
10.000
contest this. They know
dari
everything
Bang
is on the
Jol.
line right here.
Pesan
They need
RRQ
this
lagi
objective
latihan
in order
rank
to turn
sama
this game
Lilgun.
on the backside.
Jangan belagu dulu babi, belum
Meanwhile,
menang
Sir
anjing.
Lord is going in. It's not like
Kita lihat
Lord,
Brusco,
like,
Brusco,
Lord,
Brusco
again,
berhasil mendapatkan.
the
Aduh,
Dragon
terlalu
Beast on
banyak
the
anjing.
CC. Immediately Vengeance popped
Udah
out
keren
and
kali, udah di TikTok gitu, Cok.
going back to disengage.
Yeah, a little bit of
Oke,
RQ Hoshi,
banana di
Team
atas,
Lilgun.
banana
Getting ready
mata
for
ke
this
arah
battle.
banana,
50%
mata ke arah
HP
banana.
for the Lord. But on the top side, Benedetta doing a really good job of splitting these lanes. It's going to force them to push off. You are going to see the Vexana go back to try
Vexananya,
and
Vexananya jadi pulang ya, guys, ya.
The opportunity in terms of numbers for RQ.
Wah.
As the Lord is
Irat.
Maybe able to get the
Kalah lagi.
retribution. Able to take it for team Lilgun. First one of the
Kok
day
mati
for
semua
them.
anjing.
And we're telling
Skyla
you,
dari
Buckley's
belakang,
went from
Skyla dari
Skyward
belakang.
into Zara, into the full five-man team of Team Lilgun. Octa able to take down Zara. One member will fall. Let them find a blow going down.
Aduh, anjing, 2 sekarat padahal tai.
What a turnaround, Team Lilgun.
Anjing, tapi untung Skylarnya gak mati sih. Tadi Skylar kena tali BH padahal ya guys ya.
But I guess like RQ Hoshi should went for the kills, I think, and super good. Like Benedetta went for like 2 people at the end.
Wah anjing nih. Ketat nih, belum menang nih guys. Belum menang nih ya guys ya.
On top of that, just look at that freeze from the Estes, completely dodging all of the damage.
Ini padahal tadi Skylar tuh masuknya udah keren banget tuh guys ya. Tapi hoki aja makanya punya Estes anjing. Jadi kayak blessing duetnya. Jadi nggak berasa anjing.
As you are gonna go ahead and see a possible siege for the base.
Skylar kalau di game kayak gini bikin si Albert kayak
love set on the way, but you are gonna see the Astro Echo go out.
10.000 dari Ferdi. Pesan, wah bau-bau comeback nih.
Iya, RRQ yang comeback. Lu jangan bacot.
Yeah, that's Lord.
RRQ yang comeback, tenang
They
aja.
always going for this 50-50 Lord. I don't know. Why don't just they fight on the full HP, kinda trying to get 1-2 person and then kinda bait Lord and attack the team instead of going of this like 50-50 retribution every time.
Yeah, you know, but they do have the Benedetta for, and like I said, they have a lot of mobility
3,50
for the side of RQ.
dari
So
Sani
you can't
Syahmi.
push. It was the right
Pesan,
idea.
salam dari
But they were not
Malaysia
able to
Bang
get,
Beken coba bilang Syahmi
Zara away
handsome
from that
good
Lord.
luck
We
for
talked about his
Indonesia
sustainability,
team.
especially running this Barat.
Syahmi
He was
handsome.
on him very heavy
Anjir,
guardian
gua gak pernah
helmet,
bilang
the
cowok
anti-QS,
handsome
the
kayaknya
leadership, and the
anjing.
dominant sides to be able to protect himself. And then Estes to keep him alive has those additional healing effects from the Flask of Oasis to top that off. And it has been a problem. I mean, they don't really have anybody to kind of push him back. They have Irad on this Fredrin to be able to get the knockup and an energy eruption for
Aduh, ketat sekali, Bung.
Zara pretty much has free reign when it comes to kind of being that
sakit
bully
banget tai
inside of these
si
neutral
Skylar,
zones.
Cok. Tapi nekat juga ya, anjir tadi
But
posisi dia
you can see
ngeri
like,
anjir.
the classics is like the pop train strategy versus split push strategy. Like these are the classics of the all MOBA, I guess. The pop train versus the split push.
Yeah, now you're going to go ahead and see both teams getting ready again for the next neutral objective. I wonder who will be able to take this one. This may actually be the possible game ender. We're now sitting at 20 minutes. This is officially the late game. This is longer than what we typically see even on the North American scene. Most of our matches are like...
Nah, ini penentuannya ada di Lord ini ya guys ya.
10.000 dari Samwan. Pesan, Ken kalau RR kalah di game ini next match lo buka jersinya.
Tenang, udah gak ada kutukan jersey, udah gak ada itu.
Definitely give them a huge advantage for a possible sweep as the Luminous Lord spawns in.
Yeah, I agree with this one. And I kind of thinking that Fredrin is not fit very good in the RQ Hoshi team composition. What do you think about it?
What do you think about it?
I think the composition is definitely interesting. I mean,
Tadi orang Rusianya bilang katanya Fredrin gak terlalu cocok di komposisi tim RRQ katanya guys.
I would have expected the Barats to have had a little bit more pressure in the early phase, but it looks like RQ Hoshi was able to make up with their macro and their micro. With the Lord spawned in though, 50% HP, you are going to see...
Tapi kalau tadi Irat gak pilih Fredrin atau gak pilih tank hyper, gak ada yang badak di depan sih.
Running this Benedetta, you see him kind of camping on that purple buff, waiting for the opportunity to kind of split this lane. And maybe an actual backdoor play if Team Lilgun is not careful.
Oh, the Benedetta might go for the draw. No. It's just a bait. She's just waiting. And yeah, RQ Hosha are doing the absolutely
kalau
right
RRQ
thing because you
nge-split
don't want to
berdua
engage
kayak
5
Skylar
versus
sama
5, like, straight
Banana,
up ball
itu
fight.
Cici gak bakal
You
bisa
want
defense
to,
sebenarnya
like,
itu.
Kinda split them up a little bit to make
Oke,
this
Lord
like
reset.
quick attack with
Coba
the shield.
ngasih push bawahnya
The Flicker
berdua
or
ya guys ya.
Benedetta, like the final blow
Saya
with
gue ngeliat dari tadi Skylar nih kayak lagi
35.
siap-siap mau ngebantu Banana gitu loh, tapi
Yeah,
dia di
with the
tengah-tengah
force
gitu
bond
guys. Jadi kalau
in.
seandainya
Here
War
we
di
go.
Lord dia langsung datang
Pulling
juga.
average,
Oke,
trying
kita
to
lihat
bait
Banana
Lilgun
udah
to
datang.
engage a little
Aduh,
bit
gak
of
kena
knock of those
siapa-siapa
are taking the fight.
Banana
There's the
cowok.
Lobo.
Tapi kita lihat killing spree dari seorang Skylar ya guys ya. Ayo paksa Lord gak sih? Paksa Lord gak sih? Aduh, patah-patah kintil. Wah, anjing di TikTok fake sananya. Fake sananya. Dientot ya guys ya. Nice banget. Tidak ada fake sana. Wah, anjing Banana. Anjing strategi split push dari Banana berhasil. Dan game pertama menjadi game kemenangan untuk RRQ. Luar biasa ya guys ya. Anjing.
What can I say? This is just an experienced game because I
Luar biasa. Kita upload dulu guys. Ya guys ya. Sebentar. Wait, upload dulu. Upload dulu. Mana videonya ya? Tanggal berapa ini? 26 ya? RRQ versus Lilgun. Match 1 Banana menggila. RRQ versus Lilgun. Strategi
10.000 dari Bang Jo. Pesan BLAZING duet from SKYLAAAAARRRRR.
Blast itu Everest kelar. Oke, kita upload dulu ya guys ya. RRQ Lilgun Games of Future Match 1 Banana split push. GG anjing. Benar-benar akhirnya kemenangannya dari split push ya guys ya. GG cok. Walaupun kalah war di awal-awal, tapi RRQ membuktikan objektif adalah segalanya ya guys ya. Luar biasa anjing. Bigs. Thumbnailnya split push Banana aja. Foto banananya dari Google aja. Foto banananya kayak dari Google aja deh. Gak ada di stage anjing. Alay banget judulnya. Justru kalau alay makin bagus. Oke, langsung aja kita publish ya guys ya. Set. Oke, sudah terpublish ya guys ya. Mantap kali anjing. Guys, gua cuci tangan dulu guys ya, bentar ya. Banyak amat iklannya, ya iyalah. Namanya juga cari duit ya guys ya. Jangan lupa ditonton iklannya. Bentar guys, cuci tangan dulu guys. Kalau enggak, thumbnailnya foto 5 komentar kita di aja lah. Terus strategi split push RRQ lah ya. Oh ya, yang seekor sih. Iya. Gila ya. Guys, emang ada yang caster Indo guys?
Rp10.000 dari Bautdol, pesan, masih mau gatuh meta Venus dipakai hahaha.
Meta Venus berhasil ditumbangkan dengan split push dari banana ya guys ya. Luar biasa sih, keren. Gak ada suaranya Ken ini nih.
Kills, try to kill, prioritize the heroes instead of prioritizing Lord. It's not gonna give you anything.
Yeah, you're seeing a lot of those battles on the way, the immortality being procced, both sides fighting it out. But again, this is where you start to see the side of RQ Hoshi take the advantage. Big
Tadi kita berapa viewers guys? Paling tingginya guys.
Especially here, taking down the jungler super early before.
Berapa viewers kita paling tingginya guys?
Lord opening up the opportunity for a possible take, but they don't even go for it. There goes Genesante with the excellent macro, excellent micro, the backdoor play to close out game 1.
Yeah, but I'm thinking that even if he didn't backdoor the crystal,
kalian beda-beda ngomongnya. 60 kada. Wah, gila, mantap kali ya.
Would overwhelm probably with
Puji
just
Tuhan,
even without Lord.
Yeah, and speaking of RQ Hoshi, there goes the MVP.
Skylar tetap MVP-nya ya guys ya. Tapi memang yang pemberi damage-nya Skylar sih. Walaupun kayaknya MVP sebenarnya adalah banana ya guys ya.
Definitely was leading the way in this game. And that only paints half the story. His execution on the BMIs and the Blazing Duet really kind of made the difference in a lot of the mutual engagement fights.
That's not a lot. It's like impossible high. Imagine like 15k gold per minute. Game would end it probably in like 5 minutes. But yeah, I would like to take to give a credit on Skylar, because not every time you can see the Claude who's actually start to play from like early game, because he's pretty much rotated from the gold lane to the bot lane to finish up Estes. Like, where can you see
Kapan
this?
game mulai? Sabar, ini baru kelar game pertama ya guys ya.
10.000 dari Omega, pesan, Evos punya M1.
Masih aja ini orang cocok. Iya, Evos punya M1. Keren lah bang, ampun bang. Lagi ngomongin game of future, masih aja dibahas M1 cocok.
10.000 dari Bang Jo, pesan, Evos di sini, Evos di sana, jangan lupa Blazing Duet from SKYLAAALRR.
Before we progress on to the next phase, so Team Lilgun's definitely gonna have to step up their energy for round 2 if they want to have a chance to compete in here, because now they're sitting at match point for RQ Hoshi for a chance for a sweep.
Yeah, in my opinion, for now, from analysis from game 1, I would say that draft doesn't matter at this point, because RQ Hoshi seems like to play much more faster game. They are one like class above Team Lilgun, and when this happened, draft is not that big of a deal. It seemed like Team Lilgun are hesitating with their decisions. They like not going all in or not going all the way back, which is RQ. They committed to one decision.
10.000
They like go
dari
all,
Omega,
go all in this
pesan,
decision. They
ikut
not
RT
double
di
thinking because it's too slow.
BANGJOLL.
They just doing and then
Apa itu?
just going in, going out, and Lilgun are like kind of, should we go? No, we shouldn't go, and this is like not gonna work. They need to switch this particular thing to match up RQ Hoshi tempo, and then the draft go into matter. But at this point, RQ can draft anything they want.
Caster Indo itu di YouTube yang mana guys? Katanya nge-lag katanya Caster Indo.
They were able to kind of take it, and I thought they were going to be online to be able to keep pushing forward and have full control of the early game, but like you said, not being able to make a concise decision between the entire team kind of costed them a lot of these neutral engagements, as you are seeing again, Skylar with a strong presence inside of that gold lane. But also, I want to paint some picture into Genesante, right? The dude was a menace with the Benedetta in those rotations. Had a really good match. We also got to look at the mid lane, right? They had the Nobaria, who doesn't really often get that much credit, but when you use those Astro Echoes to slow down the entire team, it does have such a strong impact. Even though he's not getting the kills, he's racking up those assists and also making it easier to be able to take down the members of Team Lilgun, which was giving them a hard time pushing into these neutral objectives, especially with the Barats, who's kind of frontline heavy, who has to kind of rush in before.
Gila, BNB tadi $394
dari Bang Jo. Pesan, Woi Omega Lu Evos kagak diajak 7.
And get those core items nice and early to be able to deal that massive damage output.
Yeah,
Omega.
you know, the Novaria ult shines even more.
Tapi ya mau gimana pun, tetap semangat para Evos fam.
Team follow up with the
Semoga
initiation.
persaingan antara Evos melawan RRQ bisa rivalitasnya itu bisa keluar lagi di MPL selanjutnya ya guys ya. Supaya MPL tuh terasa menyenangkan kembali gitu ya guys ya. Gak cuma onik-onik aja gitu yang kuat.
Making RQ Hoshi uncomfortable. You see, once they find their groove, once they find their rhythm, they're very hard to stop. It started being more of a one-sided story when RQ Hoshi was able to kind of zone out these neutral objectives. Number 2, stop the side lanes. Find a way to disrupt Skylar's synergy. Try and stop him from getting a lot of gold, especially early in the game, to deal that massive damage. Maybe go in and get in a gank. Trading a turtle possibly for a kill in the gold lane could delay that from even happening. But then also in the XP lane, find a way to rotate with Genesante. Either have a high mobility XP laner that can keep up with him, or be a lane bully to force him to not moving out of that lane.
Yeah, a lot of things might work for the team. I feel like if the team Lilgun picks something else, not Vixana, but more like constantly damaging hero, maybe Lunox, like I don't know, maybe. But Vixana seems like a support hero, but. Lilgun was lacking damage a little bit, so they should probably have some.
Lilgun like a damage a little bit.
Like some steady damage. It felt like they might be able to kind of counter-attack more, because even though Team Lilgun had this team composition 5 people, like super strong tank,
like a super strong tank.
RQ Hoshi still initiate on them with the Cho or with the Electro Final Blow Petrify and the Novaria ult combo, and they being bullied. but they the one who should bully. So that's
lagi sakit kan? Mana ada, gue lagi sehat-sehatnya ini, Cok.
Yeah, and we want to see kind of how this kind of plays into game.
Lagi sehat-sehatnya ini ya.
This is a best of 3, so there's a possibility for that sweep out there, especially for the first series of the day. That's a bold statement from the side of RQ Hoshi if they can pull that off, and I expect them to be even more aggressive jumping into this game.
10.000 dari Omega. Pesan, Begejol, jelas-jelas prestasi EVOSM 1 beda sama RRQ Cemen bisa lokal.
Ayo Omega, ribut terus, semangat ributnya, supaya saya mendapatkan uang ya. Terima kasih loh. Salam keributan, oke? Saya suka sekali keributan di sosial bus.
I wouldn't say that RQ just completely annihilated them or dominated them. I just think they did slightly better on the rotations for the side laners, which made the massive difference for the neutral engagement. So if we can see Team Lilgun kind of pick up their
momentum, udah traffic lagi guys, let's go guys.
A little bit of a better outcome for them, as we are now jumping into game number 2 for the first series of the day. Team Lilgun all the way out from Mongolia up against RRQ Hoshi. Currently match point and a possible sweep.
Kita lihat dari tim Lilgunnya first pick ya berarti ya.
The bans are pretty similar from the last games. Nolan and Arlot being closed up. Matilda straight away being banned by the RRQ Hoshi on the first ban. The mobility heroes being banned and the uncomfortable RQ Hoshi are showed that they absolutely understand how to use the mobility on
ini bule sebelah kanan ini kayaknya KB-nya Rusia ya guys ya.
And, we'll see how Team Lilgun going to adapt and what is their response is going to be.
I'm expecting RQ Hoshi to ban out the Minotaur again. I mean, this is similar to the last match with the bans in terms of RQ Hoshi. Actually, exact same for both sides. So possibly a Minotaur ban may be on the way. It's probably a comfort ban that they know Team Lilgun likes to run. So
nih, tadi si Josia baru bilang kalau bandnya itu hampir sama kedua belah tim, kayak comfort bandnya kedua tim aja gitu loh.
The Cloud, if Skylar can pick that up.
Bah, kalian tadi ngebacotin Novarianya Okta, kalian lihat Novarianya di ban anjing.
10.000 dari Bang Jol. Pesan, bicit Omega Kampre awas luwe tampol macan lu biar jadi koeceng RRQ tetap ilmu nasi padang.
Mantap kali Bang Jol. Semangat ributnya Bang Jol.
Jumping into this, like we said, a couple of adjustments to the ban phase for the side of Team Lilgun.
In the Green River again, like it's pretty much the same bans except of Novaria being added to this, and Ruby is being picked straight away. So the ban of Ruby last game from RQ Hoshi, I believe.
Dan
right?
Ruby
And,
last game for the RQ
was
Hoshi.
for a reason, and Ruby being picked, like, yeah, well, let's see. I'm stoked to see what is so dangerous Ruby doing in these games that being drafted.
Kita lihat dari Lilgun ya guys ya, mereka first pick ke arah Ruby. Dan tidak ada yang namanya respect ban terhadap Cloude Skylar ya guys ya. Ini kayaknya Lilgun ini bermain tanpa coach ya guys ya. Sedikit meremehkan guys. Dan kita lihat di sini RRQ langsung mengambil ke arah Cici dan juga Farnabis ya guys ya.
The CC will be slotted in for RRQ Hoshi, but this time the sustainability is going to be this Faramis, which will be kind of fun to watch. Now there is a Valentina still on the table, so I'm wondering if Team Lilgun is going to go in for that so that they can have another realm as well.
No, I don't think they.
Tapi Claudia-nya Skylar gak jadi priority RRQ sih.
So much better the last game, but they went with the Valentina. But
20.000 dari Benny. Pesan, itu dua casternya jadi POV ekspektasi VS realita diri sendiri ketika ngomong Inggris.
Cannot feel
POV ekspektasi.
her impact that good, but when you play against it, oh my god, it's like it stuns you every single time when you not.
By the way, yang sebelah kiri ini mirip Kevin Hart ya.
10.000 dari Omega. Pesan, katanya raja-raja kok GABISAM series ikut berkali-kali GABISA juara lucu-lucu BGJOLL ini.
Mau kasih tahu lagi Bang Jol. Mantap Omega, teruslah ribut supaya saya mendapatkan duit ya.
Which we will have to watch out for. Team Lilgun, they had the Barats before. It was a jungle bully, but it just didn't really work out the way they kind of planned it to. And it looks like they're going to be a little bit more aggressive now with this Martis, which could possibly open the doors for them in the
dari
early
Pahami.
game. But you already
Pesan,
see RQ Hoshi
lanjutkan
picking
live pertandingan Onyx Gabang.
Itu yang gue belum tahu ya, karena Onyx tuh nanti malam banget sih.
up there.
Yeah, and then the Kaja is like, I don't know. It's we saw this hero a lot. Like, you know, it reminds me of the game from the Team Fireflies when they went from Kaja and build the fleeing time like almost like first or second item, and keep using this ultimate, keep ulting, keep killing, but it didn't kind of work because when it.
Kayak lo jadi coach Lilgun aja cocok.
That effective. It's effective on the solo kills, but
ngapain itu di Lilgun udah ada AG tuh, lihat aja yang S3-nya si Aizin. Itu Evos AG itu udah pindah ke Lilgun, cocok.
To their maximum potential.
Itu tuh Evos AG pakai kacamata, cuk.
One of those more prevalent marksmen that we've been seeing this time around in terms of meta.
Dan Brusco menggunakan Kaja ya guys ya.
On the table, definitely be picked up for either side. We've seen Skylar perform really well on it. I wonder if he's going to try and get that since they are going to have first pick this time around, being second on
dari Irul nih. Pesan 1-2 kiri kanan 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 1-2 kiri kanan
1-2 kiri
10.000
kanan.
dari Irul nih. Pesan 1-2 kiri kanan 1-2 kiri kanan 1-2 kiri kanan 1-2 kiri kanan 1-2
Dua kata
kiri
lucu
kanan
Epos M
1-2 kiri
Omega.
kanan 1-2 kiri kanan.
which could be a viable option if they do want to kind of last pick that and catch RQ Hoshi off guard.
Gila ya. Ini
Yeah,
turnamen.
but again, mobility
Hadiahnya
is kind of,
15M.
like, I don't know.
Grafiknya
Marcus is
sensasi.
super strong hero, but
Turnamen
when he's
warkop,
being
Cok.
attacked and he's forced to counter attack. Otherwise, they need to have some, I don't know, maybe Rafaela, something like that, and because they need to fix the mobility. Ruby is not that good as well in this department. The carry and the cloud being
10.000
banned,
dari
like
Samuan. Pesan
double
itu
marksman
casternya
this
kebanyakan
time.
bak ngemain
They not
lah
play
buruan
around.
woi.
They taking
Itu
notes
lagi
and they're using
traffic,
them straight
goblok.
away.
Yeah, they are trying to limit some of the marksmen available. A couple of other ones that we do see sometimes sneaking up in there is the Irithel, the Natan can be a viable option, the Bruno, the Brody. All
Natan,
of these still some strong picks to be able to be slotted for either side. I am watching for RQ Hoshi though, having that Kaja, that
10.000
suppression.
dari
It can
Marcel
work, especially on the
Ganteng.
Martyrs,
Pesan
right? He's gonna go
RRQ
in for
harus
huge
menang
objectives.
di
If they
M
can grab
Series.
them right before that,
Amin.
retribution mark, you're gonna be able to see
Tapi
team
gak usah
Lilgun
mikirin
or
RM
RQ
series
Hoshi
dulu
take
sih.
some of these early
Ya,
kills.
berarti
So that is
berfokus
something
ke
to watch out
turnamen
for.
Rusia dulu ya guys
Kaja
ya.
is a counter to the
Kalau
Lilgun,
dengan
because
roster
the
yang
Lilgun
baru
is
ini mereka
actually
bisa
be able to
mendapatkan
get,
kayak
all
3
that
besar
XP
aja.
back
Menurut
for
gue itu
sure.
udah keren banget sih.
But if the Kaja can hit it with the divine
10.000
judgment right
dari Bang
beforehand, then
Jo.
it'll be an easy
Pesan
kill.
kata-kata Evos kalau kalah
classic,
debat F0
the PRX.
sepunya M Wang.
Bos punya emang.
Yeah, it's super strong hero. Still super
Nah,
strong
kita
hero.
lihat. Ini Skylar ini lagi kangen sama hero-hero lama dia kayaknya ya.
Just a little bit.
Pilih
Everybody's
Matrix
like,
dia,
"Oh,
Cok."
it's unplayable now. We're not going to pick him anymore.
Kalau ini gue
You can
yakin
see
banget
it's,
RRQ 2-0 sih guys.
should be not treated this
Dari
way
grafiknya
because
menurut
it's
gue
like
jauh sih ini.
minor,
Grafik
fixes.
RRQ ini bagus
Not
banget ini
the
ya.
reason to not stop picking this hero and,
10.000
Beatrix is
dari
there
Joko
and,
Tingkir.
I would love to
Pesan
see.
di sana katanya suhunya
Oh,
minus
yeah,
8
actually,
Bang
it's
biji
Beatrix.
pada
We
Newt
don't
itu
see
pastinya.
the
Iya
Beatrix
ya,
that
info
often
yang
anymore.
gua
Besides the
baru
game side of
dapat,
things. Honestly,
si
it's one of
Irat
the
kan
least
bijinya
marks
berurat
that we've
parah
seen
kan,
in
sampai
Bruno,
benar uratnya tuh
the
keluar
Irithel,
parah sampai dakian,
the
Jok.
Claude, the carry,
Kasian
and the
sih gue
time
emang ngeliatnya.
all usually picked
Tapi
up for her.
gue
So
berharap
we'll see
walaupun
some
di
international
Saudi ini mereka tetap akan memberikan yang terbaik walaupun bijinya jadi dakian ya guys ya.
On the side for Team Lilgun, it will be the Ixia.
And the Tamus as well, and I love to see Tamus. It's like, it's one of those heroes, kind of like Lunox in my perspective, because it's every time it's good. Every meta is good, like
Itu
he's
si
win the
bule
lane,
pengen
he pressures
banget
lane,
Lunox
he's good
keluar,
at
lu
team
cuma
fights,
bisa
he's
main
good in
Lunox ya.
aggression. Why not everybody picking him? He's good at explain, he's good at like jungle might be played as well. And the Lunox is kind of same stuff. So
Oke,
nobody
sudah akan
really
dimulai
picks
lagi
one
ya guys
Ixia
ya.
as well. It's like,
10.000
wombo
dari
combo
Jakwani.
potential.
Pesan, Evos udah tua, udah waktunya
Now, they are
buat
keeping things
pensiun.
interesting for the side of RQ Hoshi. Right before the band's draft finished, we did see Lancelot picked up, which means it's going to be Assassin in the jungle. I haven't actually got to see a Lancelot game in a minute. I want to see if he can kind of dance around with them dashes as we are going to be jumping into the land of Dawn. But like we said, this is a best of 3 group stage A.
Berarti RRQ harusnya ada di kanan ya.
Point for a sweep over Team Lilgun.
Let's
Kind of
go.
for Indonesia.
Wow, right guys,
Dari
welcome
warga
back with me
Macau,
Brandon.
pesan hujan petir
Sekarang
ketik
kita akan
Google warga
masuk
Macau.
ke dalam match kedua antara Ararki melawan Lilgun ya guys ya.
1-1 Team Lilgun up against RQ Hoshi.
Yes. Typical start in the mid lane here. Farm is trying
Oke,
to push down
sedikit
the
patah-patah.
minions to take as much souls as possible and succeed in this kind of things. Kaja staying on the mid lane, just showing up the enemy heroes.
Wah, ini kayaknya nggak boleh terlalu kali dua deh guys. Patah-patah banget soalnya. Bentar, gua slowin dulu ya guys ya.
Not going to the mid lane.
Biar agak lancar guys, Gak boleh terlalu mentok nih.
Like, you know, the typical
Patah-patahnya agak parah, Jok.
You know, it's funny. This is the first time I've seen a
10.000
Thomas go up against
dari
a CC.
Anas.
So I'm gonna
Pesan,
be
main
paying
di
very
Rusia
close
bijinya
attention,
build Inter
to that bot
Truncheon.
side, but already some early aggression from Team
Wah,
Lilgun.
itu sih
Massive
combo,
damage.
tai.
Lancelot with Thorn Rose is
Oke,
gonna rush
kita
in.
lihat
One more hit,
Brusco
Zara finds Bruce.
kembali lagi
But
menjadi
Octa very
korban
low
di
as
early
well.
game ya guys ya. Gila nih
Down
Martisnya
goes
on fire
Octa.
banget anjing.
10.000 dari Yin Top 1 Yatomi. Pesan, Bang salam dari Jepang ik kimochi mas gede Darmika semangat nge-push run-nya Zilong Roam.
Mantap, mantap,
This is
brother.
exactly how you should use Martis.
Awas, hati-hati. Wih, ini Martisnya kenapa ini, Cok? Strong banget tai Martisnya, guys.
On the enemy jungle and on the lane pressures, and that's exactly what Team Lilgun.
Ya, kita lihat kembali ya guys ya.
Super good.
Di match kedua ini early game RRQ kembali kalah ya guys ya. Apa yang akan menjadi strategi RRQ untuk kembali memenangkan match ya guys ya? Karena kalau misalnya posisi kebantai tapi RRQ bisa ngebalikin lagi kayak game pertama, anjing ini sih berarti strategi RRQ sangat-sangat mind blowing ya guys ya, luar biasa cok.
Yeah, but it's like too early to judge, like, you know, but it's a good start to like 1.5k gold lead already and working on that turtle.
Wah, anjing.
Extra kills.
Ini Brusco udah mati 2 kali, cok.
Being punished for his curiosity.
3,50 dari Kuda Putih. Pesan, baru pertama kali ngasih warning Bang sihat-sihat selalu dan semangat kontennya.
Terima kasih brother Kuda Putih. Sihat-sihat juga ya. Salam untuk segala penonton gue di Malaysia. Terima kasih.
Definitely need to play a little bit more passive, especially being the roamer. He's kind of opening up the opportunity for Team Lilgun to have a massive advantage in the early phase.
Yeah, but this Lancelot is still dangerous, even though he's kind of in a disadvantage here, level 5 against almost level 7, and but still trying to fight for it, and this pretty good to see. And now he's going to pay for his.
Kok kacau gini ya?
10.000 dari warga Makau. Pesan ketik di Google warga Makau.
The steal of this Ursa to.
Dan kita lihat akhirnya berhasil untuk mendapatkan 1 kill pertama ya guys ya.
Reloaded.
Yeah, and you're gonna see Bruce off screen. He's gonna catch Baybex. That's gonna be the first kill for RQ Hoshi. Irad finding his first death of the game. That is gonna go over to Ethan on the Ruby. 4-1 lead.
Kira-kira Naomi nonton gak ya RRQ tanding ya?
2,000 gold. Some of those items popping up on the board as well. As you are seeing the Hunter Strike.
Kalau gue jadi Naomi sih gue bakal nonton sih. Karena gue bakal meng-compare diri gue sama Brusco pasti. Apakah benar Brusco ini lebih baik daripada gue kayak gitu?
Beatrix is dominating actually Ixia with that quite good gold lead at this point, and there's going to be a deciding factor the fight when Beatrix is going to.
Ini Irat sih harus owning banget sih guys, karena dia lagi pakai hero andalan dia ya guys ya.
So will be a little bit of slow alongside the Thomas.
Tapi ya kalau awal-awal kalah dulu sama Martis mah hal normal lah ya guys ya. Hal normal menurut gue guys, karena Martis itu untuk early game-nya terlalu kuat coy. Jadi walaupun bijinya si Irat itu berurat ya guys ya, tetap aja pasti agak susah gitu.
Zara is going to go in for it. He was able to take the last one and get a kill on top of it. And it looks like RQ Hoshi won't be able to contest.
Oke, Turtle pun tidak bisa dikontes. Dari perbedaan network sudah berbeda 2000.
3,50 dari Dini Kazuya. Pesan, promote GW Bang Igannya Jin Kazuya. Semoga sukses selalu Bang Robiu.
Ya tuh guys, Jin Kazuya guys. Kagak tahu kenapa mau dipromotin.
Slowly farmed down, and now the RQ Hoshi are trying to come back using this disadvantage on the Ixia.
Yeah, Ixia, I mean 0-2 and 0 right there. Definitely needing to find a way to get
10.000 dari warga Makau. Pesan, warga Makau.com lagi ada.
The rhythm so far. You're gonna go ahead and see on the bot side though. Ruby gonna go ahead and clear those minions. 4-2 so far. Team Lilgun off to a great start in the early phase. RQ Hoshi now sitting on the back, and this may be an even series if they're not careful. They
are atuh Skylar jakana ulti Ruby tai.
Find Skylar. You're going to see them still battling it out inside of the tier 1 turret. Thorn Rose going down, the dash in, but no Phantom execution to take down Ethan.
2 game RRQ selalu kalah di early game guys.
Last game his kinda vengeance.
Bukan hal yang baik sih ini ya.
Having his vengeance on this one. But
Aduh, mati
prioritizing
lagi
the
dong
most
Bruskonya.
important target, which is
Anjing,
Beatrix, so
anjing.
flicker and immediately follow up with all
Gila,
the
Cok.
speed.
Wah,
This
anjing
is a
mati
bad
juga.
news for
Aduh, untung
RQ
ada
Hoshi.
ultinya Okta, Cok.
Zara able to take down Bruce, almost able to get the Nether Realm as a saving grace, keeping Genesante alive right there. But you're looking at Zara with a really good start.
Irat tuh makan
4-0-2 on the
martabak belum
marks.
tuh. Guys, ini di
Yeah,
di
that's
Rusia
exactly what we
bangsat
want to see on the
turnamennya,
markets.
Cok.
And,
Bukan di Jakarta,
let's see
anjing.
it. But as you mentioned, Ixia need to start to play with the gold, and she need to farm a lot because it's the only.
Kalau makanan khas
side of
Rusia
the
tuh apa ya? Gua
Lilgun
nggak tahu sih.
Is not matching with the other one.
Domba
Ixia
kali ya.
Need to start farming. Otherwise, this domination not gonna be there for a long time because it will be a point when Ixia need to like one.
Ya,
shot
sudah
people with
berjalan
her
7
ultimate.
menit. Perbedaan network sudah menjadi 3.000 ya, guys ya.
So far for the side of Team Lilgun, and that's increasing the further we go inside of this game. RQ Hoshi need to find a way to pump the
Dan
brakes.
Turtle kita
on,
lihat
momentum
diamankan
now.
lagi
You already
sama
see Zara take
Martisnya.
the next turtle, but little Team
Gila
Lilgun
ya.
says, giving them a massive XP boost right now.
Dikontrol banget gila nih early game ya.
You're gonna see Team Lilgun just do a little bit better.
Ini RRQ dia harus bisa menang war sih, karena mereka nggak ada hero yang bisa nge-split push di game kedua kali ini, guys.
For their jungler. Beatrix right behind him at 53 though. Definitely ahead of the Ixia, who's having a little bit of a harder time.
Tapi sumpah sih, ini Lilgun ini bukan tim yang lemah sih, guys. Bisa main, Cok, Lilgun ini ya, guys ya.
Not going to be able to. No, he looks like he was able to get it with his retribution.
Gila ya, semua tim dari semua negara ini
Beatrix is pushing
benar-benar
the
udah
split,
berkembang
pushing the
pesat
wave,
sih
and
Tai,
immediately
guys.
TPing back. This is
Kayak udah gak ada yang
exactly
lemah,
what
Cok, di
she
zaman
should do
sekarang.
in this position of not power.
Tapi
No
untungnya
position of
walaupun
power
semua
here from
player
RRQ
MLBB
Hoshi,
sudah
but
berkembang yang pesat,
they
gue tetap masih bisa
managed
immortal
to
sih.
hold up for like 6-7 minutes additional.
10.000 dari
not 6-7 minutes, I mean, basically it's 1 fight.
FIVARRQWARGA. Pesan
If Team Lilgun lose one fight, they might
FIVARRQWA.
come back here, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's about on the
Aduh,
way.
ketarik anjing. Waduh, Martis ya. Mampus dah Tai. Ditusuk cuma-cuma gitu anjing.
Pay attention to Irad, trying to go in, trying to find a trade. Bebex will find a turret off screen as well.
10.000
That's
dari
exactly
Awen.
what they are
Pesan
doing in
di
terms of,
Rusia
like,
makanannya nuklir
aggressive
rasa
defense,
coklat
like, you know,
bangken.
they,
Oh, nuklir rasa coklat ya, enak kali tuh anjing. Pas dimakan meletus ya, guys ya.
Lancelot trying to even that out and like split push, defend, don't let them get the objectives because of that kills, and yeah, that's the right thing to do, to kind of drag the game a little bit, hold it for more minutes.
Yeah, and right now, RQ Hoshi trying to hold off Team Lilgun from claiming even more real estate on today's match. Off to a great start with a 6-kill lead and also up by 5,000 gold as this Lord spawns in. So far, we haven't been able to see Team RQ Hoshi be able to take any of these neutral objectives. Team Lilgun just getting everything they came for, not asking any questions, and just handling their business at every stage of the early game. Can we see RQ Hoshi turn this around?
Nice.
Judgment goes out. Skylar.
Nice spot,
gets the
nice
kill,
spot,
takes down
anjing.
Forbid. We just talked about this. The Kaja being the counter for the Lilia.
Oh, and the
Hey, by
Lord
the
is
way,
being contested, probably Lancelot is kind of
Lordnya,
far away.
aduh Irat, biji berurat kita luar biasa anjing.
Far away, like, you know, he's like, oh,
Mati
there's
tuh.
Lord there.
Aduh,
Let me
aduh
try to
Skylar,
kill it. And
Skylar,
then just-
aduh gak nyampe anjing.
Skylar though on the chase, he wants Zara. You are gonna see
Wah, Skylar
Isaac
mati gak
try
sih?
to kite him. A little
Wah,
bit of
anjing tuh
overextension.
Tamus, tai.
Isaac will be able to get the
Wah,
kill, but
tapi
Everett shut down
Irat,
Zara.
oh, anjing.
Four rows connected.
Dia cekak-cekak ke belakang,
15%
Cok.
HP will make his way back into the tier 2 turret. And now the Lord intact making his way down the mid lane. And you're looking at RQ Hoshi.
Wah, dikasih
turning
tali
this
BH,
game
dikasih
around.
tali
Team
BH, Cok.
Lilgun
Wow.
now on the defense.
Irat,
Isaac,
Irat ya.
very low.
Mata ke Irat,
Forbid
mata ke Irat.
might not be able to get out of
Kontol.
that. You're gonna see
Hey,
Aaron going in, trying to get the kill. Not able to close the distance on Isaac.
Ngeri, 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 ngeri.
Down goes the Lord.
Ngeri Irat, Cok, anjing.
Ethan was a little
Dia
bit
emang kalau buat
hesitating
main
with
Lancelot
his
sih gak
ultimate
perlu
because he
diragukan
catch
sih memang,
Lancelot
Cok.
with his second
Tadi
skill and
untung
he
dia
should
ke-stun sama
ult
Ruby. Kalau nggak
immediately
dapat itu Tamus,
afterwards,
guys.
but he ulted like a little bit longer, so it opens up a window for the Lancelot to dodge with the second skill, and that's exactly what he did.
Habis makan martabak itu makin. Kagak ada martabak di Rusia, adanya
10.000
pancake Rusa,
dari
cok.
IRRADRRQ. Pesan WARGAMACAUTI.
Neither side able to kind of close that distance. But so far 10-5. Even though RQ Hoshi is behind in kills, they are now leading the way in terms of turrets, and the gold has
Anjing,
almost
RRQ
equalized
nih
for both sides. Team Lilgun
ngebalikin
up by
lagi loh.
1,000. But in terms of
Networknya dari beda 3.000 udah mau sama ya, udah beda 500 perak guys.
10.000 dari Samwan. Pesan kalau seandainya Pak Putin main ML kira-kira dia user apa Ken?
Karena Pak Putin itu botak.
But this match is not 50-50 with this
Pak
engagement
Putin
on
kan
the side.
botak ya, jadi
Skylar
kemungkinan
will find
besar
Aizen
dia
on
akan
the
menggunakan
4v2.
hero yang kemungkinan
Ethan
besar tuh
left by himself
botak
to pick
sih.
up the pieces, and
Apa
they
ya,
may go
Balmond
in to
kali
take
ya,
this
nggak
turret.
tahu gue juga
Ethan not really in a position to contest, and it looks like Skylar is going to seize this opportunity. Skylar already 2,000 gold ahead of Bebex.
Yeah, and the double ultimate on the Beatrix.
Oh iya, Pak Quinto,
10.000
Pak Quinto guys.
dari Frankie.
Divine
Pesan
Diamond.
suruh
And,
Doyok atur skorko.
Suruh Doyok.
synchronized,
Doyok
like,
gak punya power di sini, lawannya Pak Putin guys.
They're like grenades are flying in and the pistols are already being loaded, ready to follow up, and the super fast
10.000
kill no
dari
wins
hamba
for
Tuhan.
Damus because it's
Pesan
impossible to
ngeliat
use
lens
while
Irat keinget
being
lens
ulted
Luka.
Iya
with
cok,
the
Irat
Kaza
ini
or
benar-benar
Phantom.
permainan lancelotnya mirip banget kayak permainan
Taking the full advantage
gua
out of
dulu
it.
waktu masih muda ya guys ya, waktu biji gua juga masih berurat gitu loh. Luar biasa aja. Keinget banget ya dia dulu waktu gua global lancelot 1 Indonesia ya guys ya. Kayak sekitar 15 tahun yang lalu.
As we're now officially in the mid game. They don't have the high mobility that we saw in game 1, especially with that Benedetta rotating around and keeping Team Lilgun on their toes, but they're making up for it with their IQ. Conceal play has been called out
Hati-hati.
though
Woi.
from the side
Woi,
of Team
Banana.
Lilgun, trying to rush in, trying to catch Jedasante.
Banana.
When he puts on
Aduh.
his skates and slides away, but hit over there by Ruby with the CC and
buset dah.
massive damage
Aduh,
going
gak
out
mati
for
dia
the
anjing.
from Zara. Trying to get a decimation off, Phantom execution
Waduh
in.
gila, oke kita lihat Irat sama Brusco ngacak-ngacak di belakang anjing. Waduh, gila cok. Kok Irat sama Brusco gak ada panik kayak gitu ya, masuk ke kerumunan musuh gitu anjing.
10.000 dari RRQ Fahri King Dairos.
Woi, Iratnya,
Pesan baru
anjing,
sekali
Irat keren
udah
banget ya.
Metro Ani.
Iya anjing, keren banget tai. Dia masuk lewat dalam gitu anjing.
RQ Hoshi as they're now going in for a possible game ender. They have minions and only
Aduh
one
ya
member go
ampun,
through,
gue
but
seneng
Ethan
banget
will
liat
spot in
RRQ
time
punya
for some
jungler
additional
jago
CC. Do they
lagi
try and close it out
cocok.
here? I'm not sure if they can pull it
Aduh,
off.
seneng
It looks like
banget
they're
ya,
now
guys,
gonna
ya,
shift
lihat.
their focus onto this Luminous Lord.
Seneng banget gue anjing. Akhirnya RRQ itu punya jungler yang berani untuk pakai assassin lagi cocok. Aduh happy anjing liatnya guys. Asli ini gak kalah lah sama Kairi lah ya guys ya. Gak kalah lah ini sama Kairi Jo.
10.000 dari Samwan. Pesan kata Albert di bangku cadangan lens Prime 1 hari Ken.
Iya itu ada gue react juga sih. Albert.
Saved his life right there and avoided a full wipeout.
Kayaknya gak seneng banget ya sama Irat ya guys ya. Lagian sih lu keluar-keluar RRQ Bert. Ngapain coba masuk Odik jadi cadangan doang Bert.
It will be a 2-0 sweep and they will have a big advantage for group stage A.
Yeah, Radis definitely want to like give them taste of their own medicine because of the early game. Like every time is invading his buffs, every time like harassing him into the jungle, and now he's
10.000
they
dari
gonna pay for
Frankie.
it.
Pesan Irat kebanyakan main Harvest Moon.
Apa hubungannya Cok? Kita lihat apakah dia akan menjadi endgame. Brusco memiliki flicker dan juga ulti ya guys ya. Oke, masih bermain dengan aman. Belum ada setup yang dilakukan oleh RRQ ya guys ya. Tapi dari segi turret sudah botak.
Yeah, the RQ Hoshi being able to defend all of the attacks of the Team Lilgun. Only 3 towers
10.000
are down.
dari Cindy.
And the mid
Pesan
lane, like,
yuk
most
yang mau
important
join
tower
mem
is
Cindy
still
spesial
up,
comeback
and,
angga bisa
Aduh
dong.
Cindy lontaiku. Berhentilah kamu jual diri ya Cindy.
not being not nervous in under the immense pressure Team Lilgun putting on them, and gathering their thoughts for this like final counter attack, and they did it quite good. Just like waited for some items, I guess.
Yeah, now they have all the lanes synced. It looks like they're going to go in for the close. They don't have the Lord, but no worries. We have the minions and the damage. Massive play. Big on Infinite Sentinel. Babies will find Octa. Forbit takes down Bruce. A turnaround. Team Lilgun on the
Waduh, Irat gak mati anjing. Nice.
Doing a quick
Gila itu ulti Ruby rujam, tai.
Hoshi, a little bit of a miscalculation.
Udah ngeri gua, Cok.
10 dari Malaysia. Pesan Homeboys vs Upbrand agak-agak tim mana boleh menang.
Wah, kalau Homeboys lawan AP Brand ya jujur aja. Menurut gua sih AP Brand ya, tapi nggak tahu juga ya. Gimana dengan chemistry Udil dan kawan-kawan aja sih itu. Tapi kalau dari statistik sih kayaknya unggul AP Brand ya.
But Kaja is running straight from the base already. 10 seconds for the Lord, and it's going to be 5-5 on the Lord.
Aduh. Winter ya? Aduh, anjing Immortal, Cok, tangan banana leuga anjing. Wah, ini Ixia lagi ya guys ya, PR juga sih ini guys. Ini Ixia sih PR juga sih anjing.
Luminous Lord spawned in and Team Lilgun with the advantage of numbers.
Wow, insanely good, you know, the freeze into the immortality, and on top of that, Faramis tried to ult, but he actually like slipped a little bit, and the ult didn't proc on him with the immunity effect. It might be enough to survive or the counter attack, and the ultimate Divine Judgment goes into Martis.
Ulti udah keluar, gak ada yang tumbang lagi guys. Kita lihat Skylar dengan posisinya sudah berada di atas. Ditarik. Wow. Damage Skylar gila banget. Aduh, tapi si Irat mati nih.
That Ruby with the spoke on the drop against Assassins is so good.
Anjing Skylar gila, Cok. Tapi gak mati. Aduh, mampus dah. Aduh, mampus dah. Octa is cooking.
Looks like the numbers have equalized. RQ Hoshi finding a way.
Oke, 3-1 orang, Cok. Let's go ngasih.
Make it one. Zora immortality has been procced.
Let's go ngasih. Oke, apakah lagi-lagi banana akan membawa kemenangan untuk RRQ ya guys ya? Aduh, hoki banget, tai, keluar minion anjing.
Looking for the 2-0 sweep. Aizen joining the party. Gonna use that Cotter Inferno. Trying to hold him up.
Nice, anjing.
As they get the 2-0 sweep out from Indonesia.
Dua game banana. Acak-acak, Cok.
Group stage A, Game of Futures 2024.
GG. Di game kali ini semua player RRQ GG banget sih. Ngeri ya guys ya. Ngeri ya. Oke, kita upload dulu ya guys ya.
So good, like you know, the Lilgun, it seems like from my perspective, they
the Lilgun from my perspective.
I guess when they practice, they didn't saw this kind of like hard defense.
10.000 dari Frankie. Pesan, hosternya ngomong apaan?
Nggak tahu, gue juga nggak dengerin. Judulnya di apa ya? Irat Lancelot, ngeri parah bos.
But they are lacking in this department.
RRQ versus Lilgun match 2 Games of Future Rusia.
Advantage, it's maybe like the point in the game when your team just have like stronger ultimates, stronger heroes, and this is like the advantage, not the gold advantage, but the like tempo, in-game tempo heroes advantage, and they kind of not using it for full potential, but it might be because RRQ are so good at defense and Lilgun not used to this kind of good defense and don't know how to crack it.
Yeah, definitely need to find a way to break the code. Team Lilgun just had a hard time. They did really well in the beginning, right? It was looking very promising. They were hitting all the objectives on time. RQ Hoshi able to stay resilient as it got to that mid game, able to find a way to turn this around after that Lord play, and they were able to do it even with that amazing start from that Martis, just kind of dominating, leading 4-0, taking both neutral objective turtles in the beginning. It just wasn't enough. Indonesia looking stronger than ever so far, though, with RQ Hoshi just showcasing their mastery on Mongolia. Not out of the mix yet, though. Team
Lancelot
Lilgun will have
ya,
another
boleh
shot,
dah.
like we said. This is
Terus
group
fotonya
stage
foto
A,
Irat aja.
and whoever goes out
Nih,
with
teksnya
the
gua
best win-loss
TP.
ratio will be able to move forward. The top 3 teams. One will fall, though, but RQ Hoshi, 2-0 sweep to start off the day.
Looking strong, yeah. And you know, the difference from my perspective again, the understanding of the importance of the regular minions. Just regular minions. Like, you know, when Team Lilgun
lah, guys.
kind of forced in the
Berarti,
fight, you can see Beatrix or Lancelot just clearing up the waves.
Berarti kita sudahi dulu untuk live streaming kita.
But they can't do anything. They
Gua mau berolahraga lagi ya guys ya.
So it's just like
Nanti paling mungkin gua bakal lanjut live mabar, habis itu kita bakal nobar ke arah Onyx ya guys ya. Oke, thank you semuanya udah nonton. Gua cabut dulu dan gua pamit dulu. I love you everybody ya guys ya. Bye.
Maybe they do, maybe they understand, but the tempo of the game is so high, so it seems like it's not